Alright, today I'm going to be making French toast. To start that, we have all the utilities we need to make it, such as an 8x8 glass, a measuring cup, a teaspoon, and a tablespoon. First, I'm going to grab some of the ingredients, like bread, obviously, and milk. Okay. Alright, I'm going to grab the rest of the stuff, and I will be back shortly. Alright, so now that I've got all the ingredients, the rest of the stuff was brown sugar, vanilla. We already have the milk, half and half cream, and the Texas toast. Before I start, always make sure to wash your hands. Alright, now that we're done that, we should start mixing all the things together. So first you're want to, oh, and I also forgot to put the eggs. So first you're going to want to crack 3 large eggs. And then throw them in the compost. You should try and make sure that you don't have any of the eggshell in it, and just wash your hands kind of bit. Next, I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of milk with a measuring cup. So a 1/4 cup of milk should be just under 1/3 of it, so around this much. Pour it into your 8x8 cup glass, and then put it to the side. I'm going to close up the eggs and we'll put them back in the fridge. Alright, now that I am done that, I will add in a tablespoon of half and half cream. So, this is a tablespoon. Make sure you're pouring it into the tablespoon over the whatever you're pouring it into, just so you make sure that you don't get anything anywhere all over the table or wherever you're making it. Okay, now that I've added that, I will put it to the side, and I will add a teaspoon of vanilla. This is my teaspoon. And again, make sure you're pouring it on over like that, because you can spill it all over the place and it makes a huge mess. Next, I am going to add a tablespoon of brown sugar. So, this can also be used as a tablespoon. So, if you have brown sugar, make sure it's all soft so you don't get any of the crunchy parts. And you can use probably a bit more than this, like this. Make sure you don't drop it, and plop it on in. Okay, and I will be back shortly. Hey guys, alright, so now I'm going to show you how to turn on either what you use, a griddle or a stove. So for me, I'm going to use a griddle because I can cook multiple things on it at the same time. So I can cook like 4 slices of French toast on it at the same time. So to start it, you want to turn it from off onto griddle and then set the temperature you want. For me, I will use 350 degrees. And for the stove, it's basically the same thing. You can choose whichever burner you want to use and then turn it to medium, and that should set the temperature you want to use. So now I'm going to start whisking. So this is a whisk. How you use it, you basically do it like this, and you circle. So I'm going to start whisking what I have made into my liquid. So basically you want to whisk until it is nice and it's like well mixed, and then after that you can start putting in your bread. Sometimes it takes a long time. Makes a funny sound, honestly. Now that we're all whisked up, we can put the bread in the mixture and then put it on here. But first, before we do that, I would like to introduce you to this. This is cooking spray. You put it on the griddle or the pan just so it's not sticky. So like the bread or whatever you put it on there, it doesn't stick to the thing, and then it doesn't tear off or something like that if you're trying to like pull it off. So I'm gonna shake this up, pull the lid off, and then alright. We're done with that now. You can pull out your bread and dip it in. Make sure not to soak it. So, just gonna put it in, move this over here just a tiny bit. Tiny dip, flip it to the other side, and then slap it on. Alright? And then repeat that with as many times as you can or want to with what amount of bread you want to use. So, I'm gonna repeat it 4 times. On you go. And the last. Alright, here we go. Alright. Now that all that is on, I'm just going to wash my hands real quickly. So you can leave this on here. Keep checking it though for about 4 to 6 minutes. Make sure you keep checking. So for this, you probably want to put a tiny finger on and then just lift it up and check to see if it's burning or just to check to see if it's ready to be flipped. Alright, I'm going to cut and see you guys in a minute. Alright, timer, you were annoying. That beeped like 3 times now. Alright, so now that you're ready and your timer has gone off or whatever's happened, you will use your spatula and go under it and just lift it up a tiny bit to see where it's at. So mine is almost ready to be done. I'm just going to check the other one real quickly. Yeah, this one is really close as well. So, yeah, they're all really close. Alright, so I'm gonna leave this for a couple more seconds and then I'm gonna go check again. They're probably gonna be done, but you never know. Alright, so we're ready to flip. Yes, we're definitely ready to flip. Alright, so you've lifted it up and flip. Right, and leave that. Make sure you look for that nice golden brown color. And we'll move you there, move you over here. Feel you. Yes, you are ready to be flipped. Alright, you're flipped. And you're flipped. Alright, so we're going to leave that for probably the same amount of time as we left the other one. And we'll be back in a minute. Alright, so now that it is this nice, beautiful golden brown color, I'm going to flop it up and drop it onto these plates. Slide on there. So, the first side takes longer to cook, but the second side takes less time to cook because of the fact that it is cooking like sort of through the bread because of how wet the bread is. So now that I am done that, I am going to introduce you to my friends, the toppings. So we have whipped cream, syrup, chocolate chips if you can see that, and powdered sugar, and obviously butter. Alright, I'll see you in a minute and I'll put the final reveal for you guys. Alright, I got my knife and I got the butter. So we're just gonna put a tiny bit of butter on each of them, and the butter's gonna like sort of melt a tiny bit. Okay, so now that the butter's on, I'm gonna put a tiny bit of powdered sugar on. Alright, powdered sugar, done. Next up, whipped cream. Shake it, and then put a tiny bit. Like that. Make sure to put the lid back on. You don't want your whipped cream gone bad, do you? And then put some chocolate chips on. I think that's good enough. And then your syrup. So I'm just going to move over here, bring the plate closer to me, and then put some syrup on. There you go. You have yourselves French toast.